Hi, this is Lily Cotilla, and welcome to San Diego Therapy. At San Diego Therapy, there are many techniques we utilize to get your relational or family dynamic in better working order, where you're actually heard and have fun and don't get into fights and or assuage them more easily. So there is what is called the relational toolbox, which you make on your own. And in previous videos, I've described other tools that you might include in your family toolbox. Call it whatever you want, if you will. So here are 4 new tools, possibilities, that you can pick up at this store called Daiso for about $1.50 a piece. Make it peachy, a piece. Anyway, you don't have to invest a lot of money into expensive therapies where you're sitting on the couch talking, trying to get the therapist to side with you, to prove to your partner that you are the right one. It's really a loss of money, time, and increases negative neurological routes often, in my opinion. And people walk away with deeper memories of the problem rather than the solution. There are solution-focused therapists. People aren't even trained to know that therapists operate out of different theoretical orientations, thus contributing to the ways in which they ask you questions. But that's on the side. Back to the point of this video. So, when you're talking, which people do a lot, in fact, way too much, we don't need to know all the details of everything. Perhaps earplugs should be added to this pile of tools for your relational toolbox to indicate that you've heard enough and don't want to be listening anymore, in a funny way, without saying, shut up. But I don't have them on display here, so keep it in the back of your mind. Because people talk so much, there's not a way to make certain ideas stand out more, that they are of priority, or to highlight them. So one technique is, let's say it's really important to you that you want to go to the beach on Saturday, and your partner normally plays golf. You make this announcement to him and or to the family on Monday. But it's in between, blah, 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 blah. I want to go to the beach on Saturday, blah, 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 blah. And on Tuesday we have this, and da-da-da-da. And on Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't get heard. What happens? Golf plans are scheduled. And on Saturday, there's a major problem. So, I want to go to the beach on Saturday can be accompanied with a highlighting tool. You like that? I guess that's next on the list. Because if you use the highlighting tool and make the aspect of importance in talk stand out, and it is not heard, then the person is in the bucket. So come Saturday, instead of raising friction and fighting, you might place this. Let's say you even hear him making plans for golf. This is hypothetical scenario, right? On Thursday. Up to you when in timing. Timing is very important. When in timing you choose to let him know. But perhaps on Saturday, you and the kids go to the beach and you place these in his golf bag location so that prior to his arrival, he comes home to a pile of, and no words need to be spoken. Therefore, friction doesn't need to escalate, or maybe it will on his end. But regardless of what he does in terms of his behavior, this will help you because it will make you laugh in your own way. And it will make the kids laugh. And it's a way of communicating that is very powerful because imagery stands out in the mind more than words. And laughing allows the body to release dopamine, serotonin, the neurotransmitters that really combat cortisol or the stress hormone. And, you know, ultimately, at the end of the day, it comes down to optimizing your day. And fighting about the fact that you weren't listened to and he went to go play golf does not optimize your day. If it continues to happen, obviously you have a decision to make at some point in time. So, moving the crap aside, let's say friction does happen and you are in a full-blown fight that's been ongoing. When you're ready to stop, you might get the fire extinguisher out and do an animation in the living room or whatever. Spray him, spray you, spray around the house as a symbolic gesture that you're ready to move forward. And whatever that looks like between the two of you may be different. It may be not coming up with a solution and just putting it behind you and not referencing it again and moving forward. And lastly, when somebody really is in a doghouse, well, maybe you have a little doghouse. Or let's say you've asked somebody to wash the dishes because you're the person who's made them dinner and yourself dinner for, I don't know, ever. And you've decided that you don't want to be the one washing the dishes while she's putting the kids to bed reading a story. You'd rather be putting the kids to bed reading a story. So you put this out there and it doesn't happen and you're left washing the dishes again and again and you're mad and you're pissed. So you can get out your little symbol gesture that it's time for war. And you might go into the kids' room on your hands and knees, battle style. And you don't even have to have kids to be using these fun tools and props because really, adults are big kids, right? So, in fact, we often know less. But that's a whole different topic. So, you push the, I don't know what military term this is. Maybe somebody can educate me. It's not a battleship. It's one of those. Yeah, so you're on your hands and knees and you're pushing. It's not an AK-47, I know that. But this tanker kind of truck into the room and knock, knock, knock. And let her know that the dishes are dirty, honey. Or you've been taken over. You've been usurped. And start reading the book to the kids. And or whatever it is. Fill in the variable for X that applies to your life. So, more tips for your relationship and or family dynamic from San Diego Therapy to add to your toolbox for living. Enjoy and have fun. That's what it's about, even in the spaces that are not.